Do you think the Commanders are going to rock it again in 2025? This is something you can't miss, brother. Not a second to breathe because this is hot. Could a veteran Super Bowl champion land in DC to crush the NFC East? Yes, the one with the ring who knows where they keep the trophy. But wait, is this a brilliant move or a mistake that will make us cry in December? We break down the risks and leave you shaking. And did you know the team name is under scrutiny? Again? A storm is coming, and we're not talking about rain. While some call for unity, others accuse of oppression. Did Josh Harris play with fire by ignoring historic voices? This isn't just football, it's identity, it's respect, and it could split the fan base in two. Whose side are you on? But relax, because the crown jewel just delivered a season for the record books. The prodigy QB that nobody saw coming, and now everyone is kissing their feet. Their stats? Insane. Their contract? A steal. Their future? A ticking time bomb if we don't lock them down. Don't move because this is pure gasoline for your Commander veins. Subscribe now or be left with the bitter taste. Are you seriously going to risk missing out on how we could build the most deadly team in the NFL? Smash that like if you demand the Commanders play TO win. And share before Philly and Dallas steal our ideas. This is amazing, Washington folks. The option that can take US back to the Super Bowl. What's happening in the NFL? Why is everyone talking about the Commanders and a champion receiver? Pay attention, because this is juicy. Cooper Kupp in Washington? Listen up. The news shaking the afternoon, NFL analysts claim that the Commanders are the best destination for the Rams star receiver. Yes, the one who won the Super Bowl with Stafford. And now, will Adam Peters and Dan Quinn dare to make a move? I ask, do we really need this, or is it an unnecessary risk? I'm telling you the truth without filters. Jeffrey Chadio from NFL.com doesn't mince words. Washington as capital, has Jayden Daniels revolutionizing the offense, has Terry McLaurin, but is missing that something extra. And what better than a veteran like Kupp, who knows what it takes to win it all? Imagine Daniels throwing to McLaurin on one side and Kupp on the other. We're talking about a nightmare for NFC East defenses. But here comes the debate. Kupp is 31 years old, coming off injuries and $1 million contract. Is it worth investing in him when we could look for young talent in the draft? I say yes, because this team already reached the conference finals in 2024. Now is not the time to wait. It's time to hit the gas and challenge Philadelphia and Dallas with everything. Now, the hot question, will the Rams let go of Kupp? Rumor has it they might, and if Peters acts quickly, Washington could shake up the market. But be careful, this move requires precision. Is Kupp still elite? In 2021, he was the best receiver in the NFL, but today, could he maintain that level? I believe yes, if we keep him healthy. And here's the detail in 01 once T.O. mentioned, Dan Quinn knows Kupp well from his days in the NFC West. He knows how to exploit him. Imagine that locker room with his leadership. It would be an attitude boost for a team already buzzing with championship energy. But wait, not everything is rosy. If it fails, we could lose key resources to rebuild the defense. Is the risk worth it? Of course! Because when you play to win it all, you bet big. Have we forgotten how we got here? With Daniels, this team has a window of opportunity, and we must exploit it. I end with this. If the Commanders don't move heaven and earth for Kupp, what message do they send to the fans? That being conference finalists is enough? I don't think so. This franchise deserves more. And you, what do you think? Should we go after Kupp at all costs, or trust in the young talents? The controversy storm hits the Commanders. A name that hurts instead of unites? Listen up, Commanders family, because we are facing news with more layers than a December game. You think the debate over our team's name was over? Well, you are wrong. This week, Josh Harris, the owner, stepped forward to bury the rumors of a possible return to the original name. The name Commanders is here to stay, he declared. And I ask you, do you really think this solves anything? Harris said the term Commanders already has meaning, tough, passionate players who love football. But wait! Now, the Native American Guardians Association, NAGA, has exploded with a response that should sound the alarms at the team's headquarters. And do you know why? Because they claim the name Commanders not only offends but glorifies those who destroyed their cultures. Commanders? That word represents the same people who massacred our nations. Naga denounced. And here's my opinion. Did anyone in the NFL take the time to consult native communities before choosing this name? Because if Harris says the name means something, I tell you this, it means something different for those who see it as a symbol of oppression. And it's not the first time. Naga had already rejected the name Washington Football Team in 2020. What does this tell us? That there is a monumental disconnect between the franchise and the voices calling for respect. Educate, don't eradicate, they demand. But the NFL insists on ignoring them, labeling critics as woke or racist. Please! Where's the historical responsibility of a league that prides itself on inclusivity? Now, let's analyze coldly. Harris talks about culture, about identity. But what culture are we talking about if the name revives ancestral wounds? Is this the way to honor the fans? I don't think so. Washington is not just a team, it is an institution with historical weight. And every decision, every name, must reflect the values it preaches. And attention! Naga will not give up. They promise to fight until the truth is heard. What will Harris do? Will he maintain his stance, risking this controversy overshadowing the team's performance? Because, let's be clear, this is not just football. It's identity, it's respect, it's recognition. I tell you this bluntly, the NFL and the Commanders are failing. Choosing a name that divides instead of unites is a historical mistake. What good is talking about a winning mentality if the dignity of those who suffered is trampled? If Harris wants to build a new era, he must start by listening to those who have been ignored for decades. And now I ask you, Commanders around the world, do you think the team should reconsider the name Commanders to honor all communities, or do you support Harris's decision to keep it despite the criticism? Listen up, faithful Commanders. This is history in Washington. Jayden Daniels is the offensive rookie of the year, and I tell you this is just the tip of the iceberg. Do you think we finally have the franchise quarterback we were promised? Or are you still doubting, like those who shouted take Drake May? Take Caleb Williams. I tell you that Jayden Daniels just shut everyone up. He went from winning the Heisman to being the second pick in the draft, and now claims his award as the best offensive rookie of 2024. But don't be mistaken, this is not just another trophy. This man revolutionized the Commanders' offense. 17 games? All of them. 69% of passes completed? True. 3,586 passing yards? Yes, sir. 25 TDs against 9 INTs? And T.O. top at OFF, 891 rushing yards with 6 more TDs. Think about that. How many quarterbacks in the NFL can dominate the air and tear up the ground like Daniels? You can count them on one hand. But now I ask you, Commanders, was this what we expected when we picked him with the number 2? Because there were those who said it was a gamble. Too mobile, won't survive the NFL, I prefer May, more of a prototype. And now? The guy not only survived the season, but he gave the team an identity. 9-8. Yes, folks, we finished with a winning record for the first time in years. Coincidence? I don't think so. Now let's talk about the contract. For years, $37.7 million, with a signing bonus of $24.2 million. Do you know what that means? That the 2024 salary cap is $6.8 million. It's a steal for a QB who is already a leader. And with the 5th-year option in 2028, Washington has full control. But watch out! What if Daniels demands a mega contract later? Are we ready to pay $50 million a year? Now I ask you, is it worth the risk? And don't forget the impact on the franchise. For years, the Commanders were the graveyard of quarterbacks. Jason Campbell, Dwayne Haskins, Carson Wentz. Sad stories. But Daniels, this guy changed the energy. Do you see how the fans chant his name at FedEx Field? Do you see how the veterans follow him? There's something special here, and it's not magic. It's hard work. My conclusion is clear. Washington got it right. Daniels is not just another rookie. He is the face of the new era. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is just the beginning, or do you fear that success will go to his head? Should the team build the entire offense around his legs, or protect him before he gets hurt? Commanders, the revolution is in your hands. Do you think risking the team's future for a veteran like Cooper Kupp is worth it, or should we trust the raw talent of our young prospects? The dilemma is served. And now, the debate that divides the fan base. Do you support the decision to keep the name Commanders to honor the unity Harris seeks, or do you demand a change that reconciles all communities? Your voice defines the legacy. Meanwhile, on the field, is Jayden Daniels the ultimate piece to rebuild the offense, or do you fear that overloading his legs will expose him to injuries? Protection or boldness? We need your strategy. This is the time to be heard. Comment your answers, subscribe to join the Commander family, and not miss any explosive analysis. Together we will write the next chapter of this team. Ready to leave your mark? And remember, hail to the Redskins!